Hello everybody, my name is InfamousMango and welcome back to another video. Today's commentary is going to be about the YouTube changes again. If you have not seen my last video, I really suggest you go watch that before this one and you'll understand what this is all about. Basically, there's some few major changes going on, so if you're in a network partnership, you're looking to get partnered with the network, really go watch that. I'll post an annotation or put the link in the description. But if you're too lazy, I'll give you a quick rundown on what's happening. Basically, YouTube went up to YouTube networks and said, we want you guys to be more responsible for who you partner. So what we want you to do is split your partners up into two groups: managed partners and affiliate partners. Now, managed partners are going to have everything stay the same. They get instant monetization and YouTube does not review their videos for copyright. So basically, they upload a video and they can make money right away. Affiliate partners will not have instant monetization anymore, and YouTube will have to review their videos, so their videos have to go through the content ID system. So you might be wondering, why don't networks make all their partners managed partners? Well, the whole point of this is that YouTube said they're managed partners. If they get into trouble, the network will get into trouble as well, and if these violations pile up, penalties will be given to the network itself and channels as well. So managed partners are more of a risk to networks because networks are responsible for them if they get into troubles like copyright. Affiliate partners, networks will not be that responsible for them, so they don't matter that much. So because of all these changes that will be happening in the next couple of months, a lot of people are assuming networks are going to be making them affiliates because that's less of a risk, and smaller channels might be affiliates just because a lot of small channels use questionable material. Now, I'm not going to say all small channels are going to be affiliates because Angry Joe, he has over 1 million subscribers and he's an affiliate, and he has over 62 of his videos so far claimed. And this whole like process is really stupid. Now let me give you a bit of what did I just say? Let me give you a bit of backstory before I talk about this video. The title of the video will be how not to get screwed over by YouTube. Basically, I used to have a group channel with a few friends before, and I used to get music from these non-copyright music channels. And let me tell you, a few months later, a lot of my videos got claimed because of the music I used. And it's only till starting this channel where I really realized how copyright was so important. There's no such thing as non-copyright. You see those channels that post music, there is no such thing. And I'm telling you now, if you don't want to get screwed over by YouTube, don't use that music unless you do the research yourself. You always want to have direct permission from the artist, have proof, or find artists that publicly state that everyone can use their music. A lot of those non-copyright channels do not do their homework. They don't do their research. Just because something's free on the internet does not mean you can go out and use it in all your music videos and all over the internet. Now let's say you have Bob, okay? Bob buys Call of Duty Ghosts and he has a friend named Tim. And Tim asks, can I borrow Call of Duty Ghosts? And Bob's like, yeah, here you go. Now Tim has a friend named Joe, and Joe is like, yo, can I borrow Call of Duty Ghosts? And Tim asks Bob, yo, can my friend Jim borrow your Call of Duty Ghosts? And Bob's like, yeah, sure, go for it. So Bob gave permission to Tim to give permission to Jim to borrow Call of Duty Ghosts. That was probably a bad example and the names got you messed up, but basically the cops show up at Tim's house and they're like, where did you get that Call of Duty Ghost copy from? And he's like, I got permission from my friend Tim, who got permission from Bob. And they're like, what? Basically, the whole point of that example was that people don't want to know that you got permission from someone else who got permission from the actual artist, because anyone can say that then. They want you to prove that you got permission from the artist themselves. A lot of times I ask people, where did you get permission to use that music? And they're like, from this non-copyright channel, but they didn't even make the music. So really do your research. Find the artists that publicly state anyone can use their music, or message them, ask for permission, because a lot of those channels, I won't say all of them, some of them do a good job of finding those artists, but a lot of them do not. Just because something's free does not mean anyone can use it. Also, what I want to talk about is this content ID process, which I think is a big mistake for YouTube, and it really is hurting the gaming side of YouTube. A lot of gamers have to use little clips of trailers, little sounds, like to enhance their video. And I told a lot of people over the years I've been on YouTube, a lot of the gameplay, people were scared about copyright, and I said a lot of it falls under fair use. Basically, if you have commentary over the video that pertains to the gameplay itself, and you could argue that it's for educational purposes, you're gonna be fine. But the thing about content ID system now, for us affiliates, YouTube just goes and just matches videos with content it thinks is copyright, and there's no way to judge whether that's fair use or not, right? You don't have a human at YouTube looking through every video because there's tons and tons of videos coming out. They can't judge, oh yeah, that's fair use. They just look for copyright segments and say, hey, these companies are claiming this. And it's pretty stupid, because if you have like 5 seconds of a song and your whole video gets claimed, that company gets 100% of all the effort, all the money you made from that video. So it's pretty dumb. Angry Joe made some videos, I'm sure you'll see a lot more, and basically 62 of his videos so far have gotten claimed. And he came up with the point that why don't you come to a compromise, and YouTube, why don't you make a system where the person who owns the content that we use in our videos gets a percentage of the money we earn from our video based on how much we used. So if we use like 5 seconds, maybe give them like 10% or something like that. Make a system like that instead of giving them 100%. A lot of gamers have to use little clips that might be questionable, but it really improves their videos, and obviously a lot of it falls under fair use. Now you could argue that a lot of people on YouTube weren't really paying attention to copyright, and I do agree with that. I could see this coming. A lot of networks do not do their job properly and just partner anyone and everyone. So this may filter out the good networks, the people who know what they're doing. So that's a good point out of all of this. But this will really hurt the gaming side of YouTube, because as you can see, a lot of other YouTubers don't really care, only the gaming side. And I do feel bad for the people who make money off of this for a living. Well, I mean, they make a lot of money, so but now it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, because a lot of big channels are also going to be affiliates. Like Angry Joe does reviews, so it's hard for him to do reviews without having little copyright things. So we'll see what happens. How not to get screwed over by YouTube, basically. Always have permission for the music you use, guys. Just always have permission. That's what I do. I started with this channel, and I'm happy because my network also stressed that to me, that copyright was a big thing. And another thing, YouTube also says you should have written contracts with publishers, game publishers, to use gameplay, and sometimes even music artists. And I find that pretty stupid, because a lot of us small YouTubers are not going to get written contracts from publishers. Don't get me wrong, I've heard of a lot of small YouTubers asking companies to have licenses to post gameplay, and a lot of them gave them licenses. But I heard of this one guy who, after getting claims on his video, he proved, because you can dispute the claim and prove that you have permission, his videos still were claimed. So I don't know how this whole system works, if it's even working. And what pisses me off is that a lot of these game companies that are inherently claiming these videos are not actually claiming it themselves. A lot of these game companies are tweeting through media and stuff that they're not making these video claims. That means YouTube is making it themselves for those companies. So I don't get it. If the companies aren't doing it, why is YouTube doing it? Game companies have come to understand that YouTube is a good way to promote their games, and without it, I'm sure a lot of them would not be there. So I don't understand why YouTube's doing it themselves, and a lot of these claims are going to come from music publishers. So if you have gameplay in your videos like GTA, FIFA that have music, turn that down. That's copyright all over. Just turn the music down in your games to be safe, because a lot of people are going to be claimed for that. So music is probably the biggest thing. I wanted to make a commentary like this a few months ago, but I totally forgot, because I always pay attention to music now, and it's a pretty big thing. So pay attention to that. And gameplay, I know a lot of us can't get contracts, so try reaching out to publishers. If they don't reach out to you, and if you really want to make a video on a game, then maybe you can try doing it. Always have commentary over it, but just be aware that you could get in trouble. I'm sure Minecraft and Call of Duty videos are going to be okay, but also don't use trailer bits. So like clips of trailers, don't use that. That's copyright. So guys, I hope that helped in a bit. Basically to summarize, watch the music you use in your videos, get permission. Don't go to the non-copyright channels unless you do the research yourself. And number 2, always look in your gameplay for music in the game and turn that down. And yeah, just try to get permission. Basically prove that you have permission for everything, even though YouTube might not even care at the end of the day, but it's better to be on the safe side. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.